Me, 24, engineer, thinks he has a moral backbone installed at factory. Currently running a pilot program called What If I Made Everything Complicated? Not telling anyone I'm seeing two women, because I'm not even sure what the hell I'm doing. Two people share a face, do not share a personality. Somehow share my entire nervous system anyway. Keep it quiet. Quiet survival. Hear a knock, open door. It's my younger sister. 3 years younger, same eyes, sharper brain, backpack plus hoodie. Expression of someone who already read the spoilers of my life. She looks me up and down like I'm a bug report. Be me, she says, deadpan. 24, engineer, moral backbone installed at factory. Blink twice. Hi to you too. She walks past me without waiting, scans the apartment, 2 identical mugs on counter, extra pair of shoes by the door, tote bag with pastries, iced coffee and fridge that is not mine. She turns slowly. You're hiding something. Brain screams, deny. Conscience screams, don't lie to your sister, dumbass. Before I pick a strategy. Doorbell rings. Once, then immediately again, like a follow-up email. Sister's eyes light up. Oh, she whispers. Content. Open door. First, Sophie. Soft pastel sweater. Quiet gravity. Kind eyes. Slightly nervous. Holding pastries like she's applying for a job. Behind her, Liza. Leather jacket. Sarcasm. DLC. Fully installed. Holding iced coffee. They say hi. Same voice. Same face. Sister looks at them. Looks at me. Looks at them again. Slowest. Most devastating nod I've ever witnessed. Sophie. Is this your sister? Liza. Great, now we have an audience. I rub my face like I can erase reality. Sis, this is... Sister holds up a hand. Stop. She steps closer. Inspects them like she's confirming a theory. Same face, different thunder. Sophie smiles gently. Nice to meet you. Liza tilts head. Do you always stare like you're analyzing a crime scene? Sister points at me, like she's about to present evidence. Hold on, I need to understand. I try to speak. She cuts me off with sniper precision. Stop. When some people can't even find one partner? Gestures between Sophie and Liza. Squints. Nods like the universe just confirmed the joke. You have 2 girls, 2 twins who don't mind sharing you. Sophie makes protest noise. We're not... Sister ignores her. Momentum unstoppable. And you're complaining? I blink. I'm not complaining. Sister narrows eyes. Oh, so that's why you used to walk around like a locked character. That's why you were so closed off. Liza's grin widens. Sophie looks like she wants to evaporate. I stand there like my soul left the room. You don't even know the story, I say. Sister scoffs. I don't need the story. I need the patch notes. Sophie. Patch notes? Liza delighted. I like her. Lead them inside, because surrender is my only move. Sister sits at table like a judge. Sophie sets pastries down carefully. Liza leans on counter like she's watching a reality show, and I'm the idiot protagonist. Sister spots the 2 identical mugs, smiles like she found a weapon. You have 2 identical mugs, she says. I freeze. Sophie blinks. Liza raises eyebrow. Sister leans back. Announces, loud and calm, oh no, my lobster is too oily and my steak is too juicy. Sophie turns red so fast it looks medically concerning. Liza chokes laughing. I stare into the void. What does that mean? Sister sips water dramatically. It means you have a quiet one and a spicy one, and they are both clearly into you. Sophie squeaks. We're trying to rebuild trust and be respectful. Sister nods, like Sophie just passed a certification exam. Good, consent and communication. Excellent. Liza points at me. He's in the ethics phase. Sister's eyes light up. Oh, I can tell. He's got that, I'm gonna do the right thing even if it ruins my life, face. I whisper, please stop talking. Sister smiles sweetly. No. She turns to Sophie, completely serious. Do you like him? Sophie's eyes widen. Yes, but Sister turns to Liza. And you? Liza shrugs. Obviously. Sister turns back to me. And you like both. I open mouth. Sister raises hand again. Don't deny it. I'm not asking if you like them. I'm asking if you're going to be stupid about it. Sophie looks like she wants to crawl into the floor. Liza looks entertained. I look doomed. I'm trying to be ethical, I say. Sister nods. Good, be ethical. Leans closer, eyes sharp. And if anyone hurts anyone, I'll bite them. Sophie blinks. I appreciate that. Liza grins. Threats, love language, nice. Expects sister to roast them. Instead, she talks to them like equals. Sophie offers tea. Sister accepts. Immediately starts discussing boundaries and honesty. Liza tries to challenge her with jokes. Sister fires back without blinking. Liza laughs for real. Sophie smiles softer. Shoulders drop. At one point, sister says, "You two messed up, but you're owning it. That matters." Sophie's eyes go glossy. "Thank you," she whispers. Liza clears throat. Looks away like she hates feelings. "Yeah, thanks." I watch them and feel something loosen in my chest. Maybe this won't explode. Maybe we can build something. And then my sister decides to kill me. Sophie and Liza stand to leave, move together toward the door. Same steps, same timing. Sister leans toward me. Calm satisfaction of a villain. Very spicy lobster and steak. Stop breathing. Sophie freezes mid-step, red as a siren. Liza laughs so hard she almost drops coffee. I whisper through teeth. "I hate you." Sister pats my shoulder. "You love me." Then, quietly, like a finishing move. "Also, your lobster and steak are approaching." Sophie makes a small dying sound. Liza smirks at me. "See? Even your family ships it." Sophie hisses, "Liza." Sister walks to guest room like she owns the place. "I'm staying for a few days." I blink. "You can't just—" "I can," she says. "I'm doing quality control." Door shuts. I stand in hallway. Hear Sophie and Liza say matching goodbyes. Apartment feels quieter after they leave. Phone buzzes, group chat, trust issues club. Liza: "Your sister is terrifying. I love her." Sophie: "Please apologize to her for us breathing." Liza: "Also lobster and steak? I'm never letting that go." Me: "I'm moving out." My sister somehow already added herself. "No, you're not. Dinner at 7. Don't be cringe. Stare at screen." Whisper to myself, "Congratulations, idiot. Your life just got harder." And somehow, better. Next morning, wake up to a sound that should not exist in a normal household. My sister narrating my life out loud. From the kitchen, in Greentext voice. Be my brother, tries to rebuild trust with 2 women. Adds sister DLC, regrets everything immediately. Cover face with pillow. "Please stop," I call. She calls back. "Can't. Quality control." Stumble into kitchen. She's dressed like she's going to war. Hoodie, sneakers, hair up. Face of someone about to commit crimes against my dignity. "Where are we going?" She sips coffee. "We're going outside." I stare. "Why?" "Because you can't build a relationship in a bunker," she says. "Also, I'm bored. Also, you need exposure therapy." I'm not anxious. Sister's eyes flick to my hand, shaking while I hold my mug. "Sure," she says. I hate her. Meet Sophie and Liza in mall parking lot. They arrive like a match set with different aesthetics. Sophie: pastel sweater, neat hair, tote bag with snacks, plus hand sanitizer. Liza: leather jacket, messy bun, grin ready, iced coffee like a trophy. They spot my sister. Sophie: "Good morning." Liza: "Morning, menace." Sister nods like they're co-workers. "Hello, lobster and steak." I make a noise that isn't human. Sophie turns red instantly. "Please don't call us that." Liza laughs. No, keep going. I like it." Sister looks at me. "You did this." "I did not." Sophie whispers. "I'm sorry." Liza whispers. "I'm not." Theme of the day established. Step into mall as a group. Feel it immediately. The looks. Not doing anything scandalous. No hand-holding, no kissing, no declarations. But people have a sixth sense for situations that don't fit the template. 2 identical women, 1 guy in the middle, plus younger sister who looks ready to live stream the experience. Teen whispers to friend. "Bro, is that like a twin girlfriend thing?" I stare at floor like it might open. Liza waves at teen with a cheerful smile. "Hi!" Teen turns bright red, almost walks into a pillar. Sophie sighs and mouths, "Please don't." Sister leans toward me. "You look like a hostage." "I feel like a hostage." Sister nods. Good. That means you're learning. Stop at a cafe because Liza declares we need caffeine for morale. She grabs my arm. You're buying. Sophie immediately. He doesn't owe you anything. Liza points at menu. He owes me caffeine. I look at prices. Whisper, I owe myself peace. Barista stares at us like we're a riddle. So, one order? Sophie smiles sweetly. Separate checks, please. Liza smirks. Same wallet, though. Sophie turns bright red. Liza! Barista's eyes flick between them, trying to solve which one is the girlfriend. Honestly, same. Order 3 drinks plus 4 pastries. Because I'm stressed and food is cheaper than therapy. Sit down. Sophie tries to offer me a croissant. Liza steals it midair at the speed of petty goddess. Sophie gasps. That was for him. Liza takes a bite, unbothered. It's still for him. He gets to watch me eat it. I stare into my coffee like it can save me. Guy at next table leans over. Bro, how'd you pull that off? I answer without looking up. Ethics. Terrible, terrible ethics. Liza laughs. Sophie snorts. Sister deadpan. Skill issue. Guy blinks. What? Sister points at him. Mind your business. That's free. Guy slowly leans back into his own life. Walk through mall for 10 whole minutes. Things are fine. Sophie points out cute stuff in store windows. Liza tries to buy everything she touches. Sister observes silently. Then Sophie and Liza step away to look at something together. They move in perfect sync. Same posture, same timing. See Sister's eyes sparkle. Oh no. She leans in, softly but loud enough for God to hear. Hey! I don't respond. Soul already evacuated. She continues anyway. Your lobster and steak are approaching. I shut my eyes. Sophie hears it, freezes mid-step, becomes a human tomato. Liza bursts out laughing. Random woman nearby looks at us like she walked into a hidden camera prank. Sophie covers face with both hands. I'm going to die, she mutters. Liza, still laughing, grabs my sleeve. Don't be dramatic. It's cute. It is not cute, I hiss. Sister shrugs. It's objectively hilarious. Sophie peeks through fingers. Please don't call me lobster. Sister nods thoughtfully. Okay, you can be steak. Sophie makes a sound of despair. Liza wipes tears. I'm definitely lobster, she says proudly. I'm expensive and I ruin your shirt. Fair, I mutter. Sophie whispers. None of this is fair. Later, end up in quiet corner near bookstore. Sophie browses without really looking. Nervous habit. Liza leans on shelf and watches me. Sister stands next to me, arms crossed. She says casually, You know, I'm being annoying on purpose. I noticed, I say. She nods. But I'm also watching. Liza raises eyebrow. Watching what? Sister looks at both of them. You, how you treat him. Sophie's face softens. Liza's grin fades a little. Still there. Less weaponized, Sister continues. Because my brother is a good person. He's stupid sometimes, but he's good. And he's trying very hard not to hurt anyone. Blink. That almost sounded like affection. Sister points at Sophie. You feel guilty enough to drown in it. Stop drowning. Just be honest. Sophie swallows. Nods. Sister points at Liza. And you? Stop making jokes when you're scared. It's transparent. Liza's jaw flexes. I'm not scared. Sister stares. Liza sighs. Fine. Sister points at me. And you? Stop acting like wanting love makes you immoral. I freeze. That's not what it is, she says. You're so afraid of being the bad guy, you're punishing yourself for feeling anything at all. Sophie's eyes go glossy. Liza looks at floor for a second. For one moment, nobody jokes. Air feels softer, safer. Sophie whispers. I don't want to hurt him anymore, Liza says quietly. I don't want to lose him. My chest tightens. No clever response available, so I tell the truth. I'm not running, I say, but you have to meet me halfway. Sophie nods. Liza nods too. Sister leans back, satisfied. Good. Then continue being cringe together. Please stop saying cringe, I mutter. No, she replies. And of course. She looks past my shoulder. Sophie and Liza walking toward us again. Same steps, same timing. Sister can't resist. Leans in, whispers, second and final time today. Lobster and steak approaching. I groan. Sophie groans. Liza laughs. And somehow, it doesn't feel like the end of the world. It feels like a weird beginning, or opens. Think meeting someone's parents is stressful. Laugh nervously. Realize I'm about to meet the parents of two women who look identical. Two women who treated my love life like a shared Google Doc. This is not stress. This is controlled demolition of my nervous system. Also, my sister insists on coming. She says she's moral support. I tell her she's chaos support. She smiles like that's a promotion. Roll up to their neighborhood. The kind of place where the air feels regulated. Perfect lawns, perfect cars, perfect silence. Even the birds chirp like they have manners. Walk to the door. Sophie inhales like she's about to confess to a felony. Liza cracks her knuckles like she's about to commit one. My sister leans in and whispers, "If you die in there, can I have your laptop?" Tell her to stop. She nods. No. Sophie rings the bell. Do. Their mom is standing there. She looks like Sophie and Liza's future self. Same eyes, same elegant features. But with 10 times the judgment and the calm authority of someone who's never been wrong. She smiles, too kindly. Girls, come in. Her gaze slides to me. And you must be Anon. Then to my sister. And you are... My sister beams. His younger sister. I'm here for quality control. Mom's smile twitches like it got patched mid-update. Lovely. See Dad in the background, on couch, newspaper up like a shield. Doesn't stand, doesn't smile, looks over the paper like he's been waiting for this moment for 20 years. Sophie swallows hard. Dad, this is Anon. Dad lowers the newspaper 2 centimeters. So you're the boy. Nod like a bobblehead in a car crash. Yes, sir. Dad's eyes go to my sister. And that's... My sister waves. His handler. Whisper, please. She whispers back, never. Sit down for dinner. Smells incredible. Homemade pasta, warm bread, salad that looks like it was assembled by a perfectionist with a ruler. Either hospitality or the setup for an interrogation. Seating arrangement is psychological warfare. Sophie on my left, Liza on my right, sister across from me like this is live entertainment. Mom pours water, smiles at me like a therapist about to ruin my childhood. So, how long have you been seeing our daughters? Nearly choke on my own saliva. Sophie and Liza both tense like they're about to be executed. Force my lungs to do their job. We've been spending time together. Dad's eyes narrow. Spending time? Liza snorts. Sophie kicks her under the table. Mom continues, still smiling. And do you always date both our daughters at once? Actually choke this time. Sophie panic mode. It's not like that. Liza panic mode, but with more aggression. It's not, it was, but now it's... My sister raises her hand like she's in class. Everyone stares. She smiles brightly. This is the part where my brother's moral backbone tries to leave his body. So, I'll translate. Feel my soul attempt to Alt plus F4. She leans forward like she's delivering a quarterly report. Long story short, they messed up. He got hurt. They told the truth. Now they're rebuilding trust with consent and boundaries like responsible adults. Mom blinks slowly. Dad stares like he's deciding whether to respect that or hate it. Sophie looks like she might cry. Liza looks like she wants to fist fight the concept of vulnerability. I look like I'm 1 sentence away from passing out. Mom exhales. You girls never make it simple. Sophie whispers, I'm sorry. Liza mutters, we didn't mean... Dad finally speaks again. Calm voice, sharp edge. You're an engineer. Yes, sir. He nods once. So you build things? Yes. He stares directly into my firmware. You sure you're smart enough to handle 2 of them? Liza opens her mouth like she's about to declare war. Sophie death grips her napkin. My sister answers for me. He's too moral to even touch them without a consent form. Silence so loud it has reverb. Dad raises one eyebrow. Then huffs. Might be a laugh. Then maybe he is smart. Liza freezes. Sophie freezes. I blink like I just saw a unicorn. Mom stares at Dad like she witnessed a rare solar eclipse. Interrogation continues. But, like, soft addition. Mom turns to Sophie. Why did you do it? Sophie's eyes go glossy. Because I liked him, and I was scared he'd leave if he knew. Mom turns to Liza. And you? Liza's jaw flexes. I liked him too, and I didn't want to lose. Voice is softer than usual, like she didn't mean to show that setting. Mom's expression shifts. Less judgment, more sadness. And you both thought swapping would solve it? Sophie whispers. We thought we could fix it later, Liza mutters. We kept saying tomorrow. Dad looks at me again. And you, why stay? Oh good, the real boss fight. Look down at my plate, then at Sophie, then at Liza. They're not bad people. They made a bad choice. Dad's eyes narrow. And, exhale. When they told the truth, they didn't beg. They didn't manipulate. They accepted that I could walk away. Sophie's lip trembles. Liza stares at the table like she hates feelings. Keep going, because honesty is apparently my religion. I don't want to build something out of lies. If this works, it has to be because we earn trust. Slowly, together. Mom's shoulders soften. Dad doesn't speak for a long moment, then nods once. Fair. After dinner. Somehow survive. No forks thrown. No one cries into the pasta. Count that as a win. Mom walks me to the door. Up close, her eyes look exactly like theirs. She studies me. You seem like a good man. Chest tightens. Thank you. She lowers her voice. Just be patient with them. I'm trying. She smiles like she knows the sequel is worse. Oh, you'll learn. Behind me, Sophie and Liza stand side by side, watching. Sophie looks relieved. Liza looks proud, but tries to hide it. My sister leans against the wall like she orchestrated the whole evening. Step outside. Liza bumps my shoulder lightly. You handle Dad better than anyone we brought home. Brain slams brakes. You've brought home other guys? Sophie coughs. One, she admits. He cried. Liza grins. He lasted 12 minutes. Stare into the night. Ride home. Car is quiet. Sophie staring at her lap. Liza staring out the window like she's guarding her emotions. Sister can't resist. Congrats. You survived the parent dungeon. Exhale. I'm still shaking. Sophie whispers, I'm sorry. Liza mutters, thanks for not running. Glance at them. 2 faces, 2 storms, 2 people trying. I'm here, but we keep doing it right. Sophie nods quickly. Liza nods too. Sister smirks. Good, because if you mess this up, I'm taking the lobster and steak in the divorce. Please stop calling them. She cuts me off. No. Then adds like she's morally obligated to ruin my life. Also, very spicy lobster and steak. Liza laughs. Sophie hides her face. Realize something cursed. Even my humiliation feels warm, because for once it's not just chaos, it's progress. Think meeting their parents was the hard part. LOL. That was just the tutorial. Now comes the real content. My parents. The people who raised me to believe in 3 things. Hard work, honesty, and don't make your mother cry. My mother cries when she sees a cute dog on TV. So basically, I'm doomed. Text parents to come over Saturday. Do not specify the relationship DLC. Sister calls it coward behavior. I call it minimizing variables. She calls me an engineer in denial. Fair. Saturday morning. Sophie arrives early, starts cleaning. She lines up mugs, folds dish towels into neat squares, rearranges my entire spice cabinet like she's prepping for a NASA inspection. Watch helplessly. Sophie, you don't have to... She smiles, but it's shaky. I want them to like me. Chest tightens. Tell her they will. Have absolutely no proof. Commit anyway. Liza arrives 10 minutes later, takes one look at apartment. Wow, it looks like a hostage negotiation took place in here. Sophie glares. I'm making a good impression. Liza smirks. Impressions are fake. I'm going to win them with raw charisma. My sister already on the couch like she pays rent. Nods solemnly. Strategy A, cleanliness. Strategy B, violence. Liza points at her. I like you. Sophie whispers, please don't start a war in front of his parents. Liza whispers, I can't promise that. I whisper to myself, I regret being born. Doorbell rings. It begins. Open door. Mom is there, holding a casserole dish. Dad stands beside her, calm and unreadable, holding a bag of oranges like he's prepared for any scenario. They walk in. Mom scans the room, sees Sophie, sees Liza, looks back to Sophie, back to Liza, mouth opens, closes, opens again. Oh, Dad doesn't blink, just looks at me with the dad stare. The one that says explain carefully or perish. My sister waves from the couch. Hi, welcome. There are 2 of them now. Mom gasps. 2? Sophie pops up immediately. Hello, ma'am. It's so nice to meet you. Liza stands up slower. Hi. Mom looks like she might faint. Dad sets oranges down quietly, then looks at me again. Son, here it comes. What is going on? Inhale like I'm about to jump into freezing water. My sister stands up. Oh, I got this. Turn to her in pure horror. Please don't. She ignores me. Faces my parents like a press secretary. Okay, my brother is dating Sophie. Sophie blushes. Mom blinks rapidly. And also dating Liza. Mom clutches her chest. Dad raises one eyebrow. My sister holds up a finger. But before you panic, there were lies. Now there are boundaries. Now there is trust rebuilding. And he's being extremely moral about it. Like annoying level moral. Mom's eyes fill with tears instantly. Oh my God, my baby. Are you in a cult? I'm not in a cult, I say too fast. Liza mutters, we should start one. Sophie hisses, Liza. Mom almost cries harder. My sister steps in again. No cult, just relationship squared. Dad repeats it like he's testing the texture. Relationship squared. My sister nods. 2 girlfriends, 1 brother, 1 conscience that screams nonstop. Mom looks at Sophie and Liza. Do you both love him? Sophie nods immediately. Yes. Liza is quieter but firm. Yeah. Mom's eyes go glossy. And you treat him well? Sophie. I try. Liza. He's stubborn, but we like him. Dad watches them, watches me, then asks the question that actually matters. Is he happy? Room goes silent. Sophie holds her breath. Liza's smirk fades. My sister stops joking for once. Swallow. Yes, I'm happy. Scared, but happy. Dad nods once, then says extremely calmly, Okay. Blink. That's it, Mom whispers. That's all you're going to say? Dad shrugs. I can ask questions later. First, I want to see if it's real. Liza lifts her eyebrows. Respect. Sophie exhales like she'd been underwater. Lunchtime. Sophie made good impression food. It's perfect. Mom keeps glancing between Sophie and Liza like she's trying to identify the main one. Spoiler, I don't even know. Mom asks Sophie. So, you're the sweet one? Sophie blushes. I guess. Mom turns to Liza. And you're the... Liza smiles politely. The problem. Mom chokes laughing. Sophie nearly dies of embarrassment. Dad looks amused, which is terrifying in its own way. Later, Mom asks me quietly, Does this feel right to you? Stare at my plate. Honesty, always. It feels complicated, but it feels honest now, and that matters. Mom reaches across table and squeezes my hand. I'm glad you're not alone. Sophie's eyes get wet. Liza looks away with jaw tight like she's trying to strangle her own feelings. Dad clears his throat. Son, look up. He's serious. If you're doing this, you do it responsibly. Nod. Yes, sir. No secrets? Yes. No games? Yes. And you treat them like people, not a fantasy. Sophie's breath catches. Liza's eyes soften for half a second. I will. I do. Dad nods, then turns to them. And you two. They both straighten like soldiers. If you hurt him, I'll be disappointed. Liza blinks. That's worse than being angry, she mutters. Mom whispers, Oh, honey, you're learning. After lunch, Mom pulls Sophie into the kitchen, starts asking 1,000 gentle questions. Sophie answers like she's giving a TED Talk on being considerate. Meanwhile, Dad ends up on the balcony with Liza. Watch through the window like I'm monitoring a bomb. Liza gesturing intensely, explaining something. Dad listening, then nodding slowly. At one point, Liza laughs. Dad actually smiles. Stand there stunned. Sister appears beside me. What? She whispers. My dad is bonding with Liza. Sister nods like this was obvious. Yeah. How? She shrugs. They're the same species, both allergic to nonsense. Parents finally leave. Mom hugs me too long. Be good. I'm trying. Mom hugs Sophie. Thank you for being gentle with him. Sophie tears up. Mom hugs Liza too. Liza freezes like a startled cat, then awkwardly hugs back. Dad shakes my hand firmly, looks at Sophie and Liza. Take care of him. Both nod. Dad looks at my sister. Heavy sigh. Try not to traumatize everyone. My sister salutes. No promises. Door closes. Apartment goes quiet. Sophie sinks onto couch trembling. Liza sits beside her, quiet. My sister leans back satisfied. Well, she says, I rate that a solid 8 out of 10. Stare at her. That was horrifying. She nods. Good. It means it mattered. Then she can't resist. Also, your lobster and steak handled that beautifully. Sophie groans. Liza laughs. I put my head in my hands. And somehow I'm smiling too, because my parents didn't reject me. They didn't understand everything, but they saw the truth underneath. We weren't playing, we were trying. It's Sunday. Sister drags me to a farmer's market. With us, Sophie. Tote bags, polite smile. Looks at fruit like it's art. Liza, sunglasses, smirk. Vibe of, I will commit minor crimes for fun. Me, anxiety in a hoodie. First 20 minutes, surprisingly good. Sophie inspecting strawberries. Liza negotiating with a vendor. Sister walking next to me like a tiny bodyguard scanning for threats. I almost relax. That's when the universe notices I'm happy and sends a side quest. See a guy from their college. Smug, loud, struts over like he pays rent on the sidewalk. Looks between them and grins. Well, didn't expect to see you two together. Sophie's smile tightens. Liza's smirk sharpens. His eyes slide to me, and then he says the thing I hate. So, he asks loudly, you two still sharing him or what? Sophie goes rigid. Liza's hand tightens around her coffee like she's about to whip it at him. Me, brain blue screens. I can already feel my face heating up. I hate that one sentence can do this to me. I hate that everyone hears it. My sister tilts her head like she just heard a mosquito. Oh no, she steps forward. Sister doesn't raise her voice. Doesn't even look mad, looks amused. The I'm about to commit verbal violence kind of amused. Hey, she says brightly. Guy blinks. Hi? Sister smiles like an angel holding a knife. So you walked over here, she says, looked at 3 human beings, and your first thought was to reduce it to, what, a group purchase? Guy scoffs. I was joking. Sister nods. Cool, then I'll joke too. Gestures at him like he's a display item. Are you always like this, or is today a special event? Guy frowns. What? Sister continues, cheerful as a morning show host. I just want to know if you're naturally embarrassing, or if you trained for it. Behind me, Sophie makes a tiny strangled sound. Liza's smile widens like she's watching her favorite show. Guy tries to laugh it off. Relax, it's just, they're twins, people are curious. Sister's smile drops in 1 second, goes from meme gremlin to courtroom prosecutor. They're not a concept, she says flatly. They're not a fantasy, and he's not a prize. Points at my face without looking at me. He's a person, with boundaries. Then hits him with the kill shot. And a moral compass so loud it could power your entire personality if you borrowed it. Guy's cheeks go red. I didn't mean anything. Sister cuts him off like she's swatting a fly. If you want to ask a question, try one that doesn't sound like you learned social skills from comment sections. Silence. Market noise feels far away. Guy looks around like he wants the crowd to save him. No one does, because my sister's tone is calm enough that everyone can tell he earned this. He mutters something and backs away. Yeah, okay, whatever. And he leaves. Enemy defeated. Move on. My pulse still doing parkour. I exhale and it comes out shaky. Sophie steps closer. We're not a joke, she says to his retreating back. He doesn't turn around, but I hear the tremor in her breath. She was nervous and still did it anyway. She looks at me. Are you okay? I nod. Yeah, just embarrassed. Sophie's eyes soften like she's putting something back inside me. You don't have to be embarrassed, she says. You didn't do anything wrong. Liza watches the guy disappear, turns to me, voice light, eyes not light. If he comes back, she says, I'll bite him. Sophie sighs. Liza? I'm kidding, Liza says. then dead serious. Mostly. Sister nods approvingly. Good. Bite is valid. Sophie stares at them. I can't take you two anywhere. Liza smirks. You take us anyway. Sophie turns bright red. Me rubbing my face like this will make my life normal. It does not. We walk away from the crowd, find a quieter corner near a flower stand, hands still shaking a little. I hate that. I hate how one stupid comment can knock me off balance. Sister notices, nudges me with her elbow. You okay? She asks, quieter now. I swallow. It just makes me feel like a freak. Sophie's gaze snaps to me. Liza's smirk fades. Sister's face softens. You're not a freak, she says, simple. Then nods towards Sophie and Liza. You're a guy trying to do something hard the right way. Sophie reaches for my hand, pauses, checks my face like she's asking permission with her eyes. I nod. She takes it gently. Liza takes my other hand without asking. Sophie starts to protest, then stops. Because honestly, it feels right, like I'm not hanging off a cliff anymore. My sister looks at our linked hands and makes a face like affection is a crime. Ugh, she mutters. Gross, healthy relationship behavior. Sophie laughs softly, wiping at her eyes. Liza grins. Admit it, you like us. Sister rolls her eyes. I like cinnamon rolls, she says. You're acceptable. Then leans in toward me like she can't resist one last jab. Whispers. Also, lobster and steak. Approaching. I groan. Sophie covers her face. Liza laughs. And for once I don't feel humiliated. I feel held. Later that night, kitchen table. Sophie opens her laptop. Liza brings wine. Sister brings popcorn. Me staring at all of them. This is ridiculous, I say. Sophie nods. Yes. Liza nods. Definitely. Sister nods. Absolutely. Sophie clears her throat. Can we update the rules? My anxiety starts hyperventilating, but my conscience approves. I take a breath. Okay. We edit the group chat description together. Trust Issues Club, rules, no secrets, no swapping, no games when someone is scared. We go slow. We communicate like adults. Liza looks at you. Sophie smiles. It's important. Liza sighs. Fine, I'll be kind, sometimes. Sister claps slowly like an evil theater critic. Look at you, she says. Functional. I glare. She smiles sweetly. I'm proud of you in semen. Don't, I warn, hands up. Fine, I won't. Pause. Engineer. I exhale. Sophie squeezes my hand. Liza bumps my shoulder. And for the first time in a long time, I don't feel like I'm balancing on a cliff. I feel like I'm building something. Next problem, dating versus hanging out. Hanging out is casual. Dating has intent. Intent is terrifying because you can't hide behind oops. So I text them. Tonight. Real date. Immediately my conscience files a complaint. My anxiety starts packing a suitcase. And my sister appears in the doorway. You're going on a date? Yes. With both lobster and steak? Stop calling them that. She nods, absolutely not stopping. Good, she says. I'm coming. No. Yes. No. She stares at me. I'm moral support. You are the reason I need moral support. She smiles. Exactly. 7 p.m. Sophie and Liza arrive. Sophie dressed soft and neat. Liza in black like always. Lipstick that looks like confidence distilled. They walk in. See my sister on the couch. Freeze. Sister waves. Hi, twins. Sophie turns pink. Liza grins. Menace. Sophie whispers to me. Is she coming with us? Sister answers for me. Yes. Liza laughs. Sophie looks like she might evaporate. I inhale like I'm about to defuse a bomb. Sis, I say calm. You're not coming. Sister stares. But, no. No. She opens her mouth again. I cut her off. You said I need to build relationships like an adult. She blinks. Yes. Adults go on dates without their younger sister narrating it. She looks personally attacked. You're taking my purpose away. I point at the kitchen. There's pizza in the fridge, Wi-Fi, couch. You'll live. Sister narrows her eyes. Fine, she says, but I'm still doing quality control. She stands and leans towards Sophie and Liza like she's issuing a PSA. No swapping, no crimes, don't hurt my brother. Sophie nods seriously. Understood. Liza smirks. What if I hurt him respectfully? Sister stares at her. Annoying, she mutters, but acceptable. Then she pokes my chest. And you? What? Don't be cringe. I sigh. Impossible. She smiles. Good. Go. We go to a small restaurant downtown. Warm lights, quiet music. Tables close enough for intimacy. Far enough strangers can't hear my panic breathing. Hostess looks at us. 3 people. Hesitates. Table for... Liza smiles like a professional liar. 3. Hostess blinks once and rolls with it. Respect. We sit. Sophie folds her napkin neatly in her lap, like she's in a manners tutorial. Liza immediately steals my bread, maintains eye contact, while chewing slowly, like she's asserting dominance. I watch her do it. This is my life. Sophie sighs. Liza. Liza shrugs. He looked tense. I'm helping. How is stealing bread helping? It's grounding, Liza says. He can focus on being offended instead of anxious. Hate that she's right. I exhale. Sophie reaches for my hand under the table, pauses, checks my face. I nod. Her fingers wrap around mine gently. That tiny touch does more than any breathing exercise ever did. Liza notices and doesn't interrupt. Just rests her foot against my ankle under the table. Quiet anchor. 2 different comforts. 2 different ways of saying, I'm here. Halfway through dinner, Sophie asks softly, How are you feeling? My mouth tries to make a joke. My conscience slaps it out of my hands. I'm scared, I admit. Sophie's thumb traces a tiny circle on my knuckles. Of what? I stare at my plate, then look at them. Of messing it up, I say. Of hurting one of you. Of... Liza leans forward. Of being the villain. I blink. She nailed it. I swallow. Yeah. Sophie's eyes soften. You're not a villain for wanting love. Liza nods, serious in a way that catches me off guard. You're only a villain if you lie. Chest tightens. I don't want to lie, I say. I don't want to hide. I don't want to do something that makes me hate myself later. Sophie, quiet and careful. Then we won't. Liza, firm. We'll do it right. And for the first time, it doesn't feel like I'm choosing between them. It feels like we're choosing together. After dinner, cool air, streetlights making everything soft. Sophie pulls her sweater tighter. Liza offers her jacket. Sophie shakes her head. I'm okay. Then Sophie looks at me like she's reading the parts I try to hide. You don't have to call this immoral anymore, she says. I freeze. Liza's smirk flickers. You keep saying it like you're punishing yourself, she says. Like you have to suffer to earn us. Throat tight. I don't mean... Sophie steps closer. I know you're trying to be good, she whispers. But you can be good and still want us, Liza adds low. And we can want you without taking pieces of you. I exhale, slow. Okay, I say. Both of them go still. Okay, what? Liza asks. I look at Sophie, then Liza. Say it plain. I want to be with both of you. Sophie's breath catches. Liza's smirk softens into something real. I rush the rest out. With respect. Sophie nods fast, eyes glossy. Yes. Liza nods once like a verdict. Yes. There's a pause where the world holds its breath. Sophie's gaze flicks to my lips, then away. Liza tilts her head like she's daring me. My conscience whispers, consent. My heart whispers, finally. So I ask, quietly, Can I kiss you? Sophie nods. Liza nods too. So I do it the only way that feels right. Kiss Sophie first, then kiss Liza. Then they both lean in at once. We bump noses like idiots. Liza laughs against my mouth. Sophie giggles and covers her face. And somehow, it's perfect. We get home. Sister on the couch with a blanket and the expression of someone waiting for post-credit scenes. Looks up, eyes narrow immediately. Well, she says, did you do something cringe? Liza leans in and whispers to her. He kissed us. Sister's face lights up with pure evil joy. Oh, she says softly, content. Sophie turns bright red. Sister pats my shoulder like a coach. Good job, she says. You finally stopped acting like love is a felony. Then leans in, quiet, just for me. And yes, lobster and steak status, still very spicy. I groan. Sophie hides her face. Liza laughs. Sister nods, satisfied. Approved, she declares. Pilot program upgraded. Wake up day after the date. Brain immediately boots 2 programs. Program 1, happy. Program 2, overthink until CPU melts. Realize crossing the line is the easy part. The hard part is deciding what the line even means. Are we dating? Are we exclusive? Are we a triad? Are we a complicated situation that makes baristas nervous? Phone buzzes, group chat, trust issues club. Liza, morning, boyfriend squared. Sophie, good morning, please don't scare him. Me, too late. My sister, stop texting and have the relationship meeting like adults. Also, I ate your cereal. Stare at screen. Yeah, we need a meeting. Fast forward to evening. Kitchen table looks like a peace summit. Sophie has a notebook. Liza has a pen she keeps clicking like it's a weapon. I have tea. My sister has somehow manifested on the couch with popcorn. Turn to her. Why are you here? She blinks. I live here now. You do not. She shrugs. I'm support. You're a menace. Same thing. Sophie clears throat gently like she's trying not to laugh. Maybe she can stay, she says. She's helpful in a terrifying way. Liza nods. She's like a guard dog that speaks in memes. My sister lifts popcorn. Woof. Rub face. Already exhausted. Fine, I say, but no commentary. My sister raises 2 fingers. No promises. Sophie folds her hands. Soft, serious mode activated. I don't want us to drift into something undefined, she says. Quiet voice, heavy meaning. My chest tightens because she's right. Undefined is how people get hurt. We need clarity, she continues. Not to control each other, just to feel safe. Liza clicks her pen once, then stops like she's actively trying to be a better person. Yeah, Liza says. I don't want to guess what I'm allowed to feel. Exhale slowly. Okay, I say. Let's define it. From couch, my sister whispers. Label boss fight unlocked. Glare at her. She fake zips her lips. The big question arrives like a final exam. Sophie looks at me. What are we? Open mouth, my conscience tries to grab the steering wheel. Liza watches me like she can see my brain attempting to flee the country. Decide to do the most dangerous thing possible. Tell the truth in full sentences. We're together, I say. All 3 of us. Sophie's shoulders drop a little. Liza's eyes soften for 1 second. Keep going, because if I stop, fear will rewrite everything. I want to date both of you. I want it real. Not some weird half-life where I'm constantly afraid. Sophie's eyes go glossy. Liza's jaw flexes like she's fighting emotions with violence. From couch, my sister whispers. Rare brother W. Ignore her for my own survival. Sophie slides the notebook forward. Can we write things down? She asks. She looks embarrassed. Liza smirks. He's literally an engineer. Writing rules is foreplay for him. I choke on oxygen. Sophie turns bright red. My sister makes a strangled sound, trying not to laugh. Clear throat like a man trying to recover dignity. Yes, I say quickly. We can write it down. Sophie relaxes. Start listing rules. Rule 1. Honesty. If someone feels jealous, nervous, insecure, say it early, not late. Rule 2. Consent stays active. No assuming, no pressure, no you owe me. Rule 3. No competitions, not for attention, not for affection, not for who's more important. Liza points at Rule 3 like it personally insulted her. I hate this rule, she says, but I need it. Sophie nods quietly. I need it too. Feel my heart do a small, painful stretch. Rule 4. Time fairness. Dates together, dates individually. Not to balance like math, but to make sure nobody feels invisible. Sophie writes it down carefully. Liza stares at table like she's about to add something that costs her pride. Then she does. Rule 5. No jokes when someone is scared. She says it like it took effort. Sophie looks at her with soft surprise. Thank you, Sophie whispers. Liza shrugs. Don't make it weird. From couch. It's already weird. This is the whole plot. Silence drops. Sophie goes first, voice shaking. I think sometimes I'll feel jealous. Liza immediately. Same. Too fast. Then they both look at me like I'm the judge and the verdict matters. Stomach tightens. Exhale. Me too, I admit. I get jealous of the idea that I can't be enough for either of you. Sophie's eyes soften. Liza's expression turns raw and real in a way she probably hates. Sophie reaches for my hand. Liza reaches for my other. Now I'm literally holding the problem like a living thing, Sophie whispers. Jealousy isn't a crime. It's a signal, Liza mutters. A gross signal. Sophie smiles through tears. But we listen to it, she says. We don't let it drive. Liza nods once. Yeah, she says. We talk. My sister stares like she's witnessing a rare wildlife event, then whispers, genuinely stunned. They're actually doing it. Back to the notebook. Sophie looks down. So, what do we call it? Liza leans back. Tiny smirk. Triad? Sophie hesitates. Does that sound too clinical? Liza shrugs. We could call it 3 idiots with feelings. Sophie giggles. I smile. How about we don't overlabel it yet, I say. Just, we're together. Sophie nods, relieved. Liza nods, satisfied. Then Sophie asks the question with the quiet weight of a door closing. Are we exclusive? Heart thumps. Do not mess this up. No, I say carefully. Not like ownership. But I'm not looking for anyone else. I want this. Sophie's eyes fill. Liza's smirk softens again. I want this too, Liza says. Quiet but firm. Sophie. Me too. From couch. Ah, moment achieved. Glare. Sister smiles like she's winning. Sophie picks up her phone. Should we change the group chat name? She's shy, like renaming a chat as a wedding vow. Liza grins. Trust Issues Club is getting outdated. My sister perks up like a cat hearing a can open. Name it Lobster and Steak, she whispers. No, I say instantly. Liza suggests, no swaps, just vibes. Sophie laughs. I almost agree. Then remember, I'm supposed to have dignity. We settle on something dumb and sweet. Team Us. Sophie changes it. Tiny action, huge feeling, meeting ends. Tension doesn't vanish, it transforms into something calmer. Sophie stands, walks around table, hugs me carefully. Liza joins a second later, presses into my side like she belongs there. All three breathing together. My chest feels full in a way that scares me. Sophie whispers. Thank you for choosing honesty. Liza whispers into my shoulder. Thank you for not running. I exhale. Thank you for letting me do this right. My sister stands up suddenly awkward, caught watching sincerity, clears throat. Well, she says, approved. Then points at me. Don't be cringe. Me, too late. She nods like that's fair. Good night, Lobster and Steak. Sophie groans. Liza laughs. I close my eyes, smiling. Next day realize world didn't magically get easier. It just got clearer. Still have 2 women who look identical but feel completely different in my hands. Still have a younger sister treating my love life like live entertainment. Still have parents who need time. But now we have rules. A name, quiet sense of we're in this together. Everything feels less like a crisis, more like a life. First public moment test. Go to small local festival downtown. Food trucks, string lights, people laughing. My sister tags along, obviously. I'm not third wheeling, she claims. I'm supervising. Me. You're stalking. Her. Same. Sophie holds my arm gently like she's reminding herself she's allowed. Liza walks close on my other side like she's daring the world to comment. It feels obvious. Not dirty, not secret, just us. Then a woman walking past does the thing. Stares, quick math, whispers to her friend. Is that? My body tenses automatically. Sophie notices instantly, squeezes my arm. Liza leans in. Breathe, she murmurs. We're not doing shame today. My sister appears at my shoulder like a demon summoned by judgment, smiles sweetly at the woman. Hi, she says. Yes, you're seeing it right. No, you can't ask. Enjoy your churro. Woman blinks and walks away. Sophie looks surprised. Liza laughs softly. I exhale. My sister nudges me. See, she says, we're training you like a nervous rescue dog. Me. I hate you. Her. You love me. Unfortunately true. Later in week, Mom invites all of us for dinner. In my family, this is basically a solar eclipse. Sophie brings dessert. Liza brings wine and the aura of someone prepared for war but hoping for peace. My sister comes too because she's apparently the legal representative of my dignity. Mom opens door, hugs me, hugs Sophie, hugs Liza. Liza freezes like a startled cat. Mom whispers, "You're allowed to be hugged in this house." Liza mutters, "Terrifying." Dad is at table reading the news, looks up, sees all three of us. Goes back to reading like he already filed it under Life Continues. Sophie whispers, "Is that good?" Liza whispers, "That's dad-level approval." Dinner is normal. Mom asks Sophie about work. Dad asks Liza about plans. No one asks which one is the real girlfriend. No one turns it into a show. It's just family learning a new shape. Mom looks at me quietly. "You look lighter," she says. Throat tightens. "I feel lighter," I admit. Dad speaks without looking up. "Good, then don't ruin it." Classic. Liza smiles. Sophie smiles. My sister whispers, "He's basically blessing you with threats. That's affection." Me, "Why is this my life?" Sister nods. "Because you chose the scenic route." After dinner, Sophie helps Mom clean up. Lisa stands on balcony with Dad, pretending she isn't bonding. My sister corners me in hallway like a tiny mafia boss, crosses arms. "Okay," she says. Here it comes. "Are you happy?" Don't hesitate. "Yes." She nods. "Are they happy?" Glance toward kitchen. Sophie laughing softly at something Mom said. Glance toward balcony. Liza talking with Dad, hands moving like she can't help being alive. "Yes," I say. "I think they are." My sister stares a long moment, sighs dramatically. "Fine," she says. "I approve." Chest loosens, start to say thanks. She pokes my chest hard. "Don't get emotional, I'm still gonna bully you." Me, "Fair." Then she leans in and whispers quietly, "Also, your lobster and steak? They're good for you." Blink. That's the most affectionate thing she's said in weeks. Swallow. "Yeah," I say. "I think so too." She backs up and puts meme face back on like armor. "Good," she says. "Now stop acting like love is a felony, moral man." Later that night, back at apartment, collapse onto couch. Sophie tucks her feet under her, warm and soft. Liza leans head on my shoulder. My sister in other room blasting something chaotic. Even that feels normal now. Sophie whispers, "Today felt good." Liza huffs. "Yeah, suspiciously good." I smile. "It's because we're doing it right." Sophie looks at me with quiet gravity. "I'm still scared sometimes," she admits. Liza nods surprisingly. "Same." Exhale slowly. "Me too." Sophie takes my hand. Liza takes my other. Sophie says softly, like she's trying to convince her own fear. "This isn't immoral." Liza smirks faintly. "It's just inconvenient for people who hate thinking." Sophie giggles. Look at both of them. Same eyes, different thunder. Feel the truth settle into place like something built correctly. "This is love," I say. "Just fact." Sophie kisses my cheek. Liza kisses the corner of my mouth. Then they both lean in at once. We bump noses like idiots. We laugh, quietly, together, and for the first time since everything fell apart, I don't feel doomed. I feel earned.